Juliet 1 Tango X-Ray Lima Whiskey 4 Romeo Alpha Echo, over.
Whiskey 4 Romeo Alpha Echo. This is Japan 1 Tango X-Ray Lima. Yeah, thanks for calling. Good morning to you, and good evening from Tokyo, Japan. The local time is 10:43 and Friday evening. My name is Fox, Oscar X-Ray. Back to you, W4RAE JJ1TXL.
JJ1TXL, Whiskey 4 Romeo Alpha Echo. Well, hello there, all the way to Tokyo, Japan, Fox. This is Rachel. I am in Nashville, Tennessee. The local time is 8:43 a.m. on Friday morning, and you said it was 10:43 p.m. Friday evening. So thank you so much for coming in here in the English room on the Peanut application. Is what I'm calling through. Are you also using the Peanut application, over?
Yeah, that's a formative Peanut application on my Windows desktop, and yeah, I've been doing this since last September, I guess. Yeah, Rachel, and I think, yeah, I've already seen you QSO.com webpage maybe a month ago, so I just you know uh, remember that I've seen you QSO.com picture.
Yeah, station here listening by is Mike 3 Tango Whiskey Alpha, trying for Whiskey 9 Papa Mike Alpha. I wonder if you're about there, Phil.
And yeah, you're loud and clear. Thanks for the calling from Tennessee. And yeah, back to you, Rachel. This is JJ1 Tango XL Lima. Go ahead.
Yeah, JJ1TXL W4RAE returning. Well, yes, that's great. Yeah, but I like the QRZ page. It's a easy way to kind of get to know everybody, and that's how I keep my logbook, up to date and everything like that. How long have you lived in Japan there, Fox? I've been here in Nashville for about 25 years there, over.
Okay. Yeah, I'm originally from northern part of Japan. It's called Hokkaido Island, and yeah, I've been living in Tokyo for more than 35 years. And yeah, I had a first job in Hokkaido, northern part of Japan, and when I was 23 or something, I had travel to in Australia for 12 months, and yeah, I had a crush on some Japanese lady, and I just followed her to Tokyo. I had no friend, nobody in Tokyo, but just followed that girlfriend. She dumped me. The 6 months later or something. As I was in in the middle of nowhere in Tokyo, but I stayed living in Tokyo since then. Yeah, so yeah, that's a stupid story though. And yeah, so yeah, I had a more living time in than my hometown. And yeah, that's yeah, it's a long time. It's 35 years in Tokyo. And yeah, actually, I lived in the United States about 5 years or something. It's about 20 years ago, though. Not much opportunity to talk in English in Japan. So just studied English recently. Yeah, that's my story. W4RAE JJ1 Tango XL Lima. Back to you, Rachel.
Yeah, Whiskey for Romeo Alpha Echo. That's fantastic. JJ1TXL. So you're from you said northern Japan, Hokkaido. Um, I've always wanted to visit Japan and see Tokyo, and I I think all your English is really great. I'm sure it helped your travels to Australia and the U.S. Um, all I've got is I can say in Japanese, yoroshiku onegaishimashita, and which I think means nice to meet you, pretty sure. And then I think the first thing I learned was watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasen, which it should mean I do not understand Japanese, so that is a very helpful phrase. Let me know how that sounds there, Fox. JJ1TXL W4RAE.
Yeah, they sound great, but the first one you said is yoroshiku onegai. You said something like yoroshiku onegai shimashita. That's the past tense, so you should have said like yoroshiku onegai shimasu. The present tense means like how do you do. Yeah, there's something like that. The last one, the second one, that sounds perfect. And yeah, this sounds really great. And but nowadays, using a smartphone, and it's just the Google it, and let them translate, and speak it up. Let them speak it. So my son is always says like you don't have to learn English. All you need is a smartphone. Just translation function something. And yeah, I think that's you know maybe he's right. Using AI thing. The it's more the translates precisely. It's getting better and better, that the performance wise, and so maybe you don't have to learn foreign language anymore or something. And it, well, I forgot what I I was gonna say something, but I just forgot. Yeah, back to you, so Rachel. Yeah, this is JJ1 Tango XL. Go ahead.
Yeah, W4RAE, JJ1TXL. Thank you. No, it's fine. That happens to me all the time. Um, Oh, thank you for correcting me on that. So it's よろしくお願いします。お願いします。So instead of お願いしました, which is I guess the past tense, I guess of how are you. Oh, I guess I was trying to say はじめまして. That's probably what I was trying to say. That should be nice to meet you. But yeah, thank you for the second part. You said was correct. The 私は日本語がわかりません, which is the I don't understand Japanese section. When I went to university, I studied languages. That was my favorite. So when I went to university, before I changed majors to information technology, like computer science, I studied languages. So I got to study Japanese with the Japanese professors. My professor's name was Yuki. Yuki, not she said not like the snow, but like the warrior. And I also studied Portuguese and French. But recently I've been on my own studying Chinese and Hebrew and other things because I just enjoy learning and communicating. That's probably why I'm in ham radio, so I can try to communicate with as many people as possible without the limitation of speech. But you're right. I use Google Translate all the time. Here in Nashville, we do have many people from all over the world, so I get to meet a lot of people from Vietnam and Thailand, and I attend a Buddhist temple. It's a Thai Buddhist temple, so I've tried to learn a little bit of Thai, and that is very complex for me, even with the prior knowledge of some of the Southeast Asian languages. It's very difficult, and it's hard to find a Thai teacher. But yeah, I love doing that. That is one of my hobbies, I guess, within as well as ham radio. I work at a university, so I'm an academic advisor at a university, so I'm surrounded by people from all over as well, but they stay really busy, having PhDs and things. But hold on a second, let me take a pip. But yeah, just back to you there, JJ1TXL, W4RAE.
Yeah, W4RAE, JJ1TXL. Yes, it sounds really great. And yeah, talking with people and surrounded by lots of people, and the communicating with people. So it's just yeah, I love it too. And yeah, especially I just I almost forgot. Yeah, I've been yeah, I just completely forgot my hobby, that the amateur radio things. And I was so active, and when I was a high school, and but once I got got a job, and became so busy, just all completely forgot about the amateur radio thing. And I've been a QLT like nearly 40 years. And my son and daughter just grown up, and they just went went home out, and my wife and me just left home, and no more kids. at home, so I just suddenly remembered about the amateur radio things. So the 3 years ago, just came back to this industry, amateur radio industry, and yeah, the, the first of all, I wanted to make a DX contact, so that I can speak English. But the HF on a real amateur radio, the HF, it's very difficult to make a long distance call. So one of my OM just told me about the VIOP things, Peanut and Echo Link. You don't need a decent antenna to make a DX contact. So yeah, yeah, I like it very much, especially on this Peanut. The audio is just great, and there's no QSP, there's no noise, so to communicate with the foreign people, it's a lot easier to to understand what they say in English, what people say in English. So yeah, in order to do communication with in a real DX, I mean HF band, it's so noisy and so many QSP and very difficult to understand what they say. So yeah, that's why I love this Peanut and Echo Link, and it's quite easy to make contact, and there's no noise at all whatsoever. So really nice, and it's good. Back to you, Rachel. This is JJ1TXL Lima.
Yeah, JJ1, Tango X-Ray Lima, Whiskey 4, Romeo Alpha Echo. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I just got my license 1 month ago, so February 15th of this year, 2022. And I don't have a base station, and I just I know it's an expensive hobby, but so far I've only spent $25, and that's on my Baofeng UV5R handheld radio, which I can hit my local repeater. It only has a check-in net, so there's not a way to have kind of conversations like you and I are having. It's just you say your call sign, your QTH, and that's it, and then it's done for until next week. So if I didn't have Echo Link and I didn't have Peanut, I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. So it's only expensive if you make it expensive. And of course I plan on getting a HF radio, but yes, the HF radios here are $1,000, $1,300. I can get a mobile radio for maybe 300 or 500, but then I can only hit my local repeaters unless I spent the same amount on an antenna, and I live in a HOA, so I can't have antennas in my backyard or on my ceiling or anything like that. And I've seen a lot of creative people put antennas in their attics, but my where my base station would be, it would be too far from the attic, and I would just have just a wire just running all the way through the house. Pretty sure I'd choke myself walking down the the house with just a coaxial cable running down through the whole house. But I can use my computer, and my favorite is I can use my Android phone with Echo Link and Peanut, and I've been able to make hundreds of contacts from all over the world. I just recently got the World Radio Friendship Award on QRZ, which is I really was excited to get that because it requires 25 contacts in different countries than my own country. So I was very excited to have those confirmed contacts with everybody else. Let me take a pip. But I love Peanut. I love the Peanut interface, and I also love the dashboard because right now, even though only you and I are talking, there's 4, 6, 8, 10. There's over a dozen people. There's 15 people listening to us talking right now, and they're not breaking in. So for every 2 people talking, there's 20 people listening, and it's pretty fantastic. And I love that about radio. And I'm hoping one day I'll be able to do a podcast where I have other hams that will have QSOs with me on the podcast, and get new people into the hobby, because a lot of people don't even know it exists. I told one of my students about ham radio, and you know what he said? He said he thought it was just in movies. He didn't think it was real, and it hurt my feelings because I realized we need to do more. We need to get the word out, because in 20 years I don't want ham radio to slow down. I want the new generation to learn about ham radio and communicate, because it's not like a cell phone. Everyone says, oh, you have Skype, you have cell phones, but it's not the same. I have a cell phone. That doesn't mean I can just start talking to a stranger on Skype. I mean, you can't just go on Facebook and just start chatting with strangers. I mean, you can. I'm sure I've done it, but that's going to be a one-off situation. So you can't just go in and start talking, and that person's going to think you're a weirdo trying to just talk to them randomly. But ham radio, that's expected for you to come in and break and start talking to them, and they'll welcome you into the conversation, and that's the only way to communicate all over the world without cell phone is not the same, and chat rooms and things it's not the same at all. So yeah, ham radio to me is really important, and hopefully one day I can get new hams to get their license and continue the hobby just as before. But anyway, I appreciate you getting with me, JJ1TXL, and I've got to get back to work. It's 9:06 a.m. now, so I'll have to say 7 threes, W4RAE.
Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, yeah, it's really nice, talking to you. Yeah, you are absolutely right. You are nobody, because I mean, you are authorized, licensed and authorized by the FCC or whatever, and you are amateur radio operator, so you are not nobody. So talking with people, talking with amateur radio stations. Yeah, that's good things. And I can get about you by taking a look at the QRZ.com webpage, and yeah, that's really good. Good start. Right, nice talking to you. And you're gonna get back to work, and I'm gonna go to bed. And tomorrow, unfortunately, I have to work on Saturday and Sunday too. Yeah, and talk to you soon, Rachel. W4RAE. JJ1 TXL, 1 Tango, XL, Lima. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye, Rachel.
Yeah, 7.3s there, JJ1TXL, W4RAE 7.3s, 8.8s. Have a good night. Bye.